Okay, welcome back to CineMortuary, and I am joined as usual by Robbie Owens.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Baz. How you doing?
I'm very well. How are you? Episode 2?
Lovely, yeah, episode 2. Yeah. Actually making a thing of it.
How did we get here?
I don't know. I mean...
Starting from the bottom.
Yeah, not really got out of my chair since the first one. So.
No, I know, true enough.
Same.
Yeah. Willie, how you doing?
Yeah, doing thanks, yeah.
Yeah, lovely stuff. And this week is... this episode... It is my pick of the films, and it is Shark Attack 2.
Damn it, Dave.
Why?
The first of many Dave's obscure bullshit that no one cares about films.
Yep.
Oh, mate, yeah, you put us through the ringer early doors here on this one, haven't you?
Yeah, I have, sorry. It's one of those ones that you just can't even download because no one cares about it enough. You have to go to CEX and get a copy.
Yeah,
sorry.
I ploughed the very depths of Amazon for this one.
You went to Amazon?
Yeah,
Shit,
£1.50, mate.
Mine was 25p.
Oh, well.
£1.49.
Oh,
yeah.
Everyone bought it, keeping the industry alive. So
Exactly.
Shark Attack 3 can get made.
Ben ended up watching it at Rob's house anyway, so that's £1.49 you owe me.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm
Won't
very
do it
sorry.
again.
You'll pay for that.
Cool.
So hit us with your reason for this abuse, Dave.
Reason for this abuse? I had a shark film themed weekend with my girlfriend because we both like watching trash films.
Okay.
We kicked off on Saturday with Ghost Shark. What a way to start a weekend! Yeah.
Good God, it's all downhill from there, isn't it?
Absolutely. And unfortunately, I can't talk about Ghost Shark because it's not a remake or a sequel.
Them's the rules we
Which
live
is a
by.
crying shame. But if Ghost Shark 2 makes an appearance, you better believe that's coming. You better believe it.
I'm just trying to think now, if there has been a Ghost Shark 2. All these asylum films seem to get a remake now. Not a remake, a sequel.
There may well be. But I mean, as this is actually a film I was familiar with before.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, from my secondary school days. This was a film, much like the Sharknado films now, that did the rounds on VHS.
Passing it around in the playground.
Exactly,
sort of thing.
yeah.
Cool,
My mate Jim Swires was a particular proponent of Shark Attack 2.
Yeah.
None of us are really sure why to this day, but you know, he's an interesting character, so it kind of fits into his psyche, I suppose.
I mean, I'll briefly explain why I picked it. Not any particular reason other than when you asked me, I'd just watched it.
Right,
So
okay.
that was kind of it. But obviously, you know, I'm into collecting dead formats, and I buy ex-rental stuff in bulk. So chances are the stuff that I'm going to be talking about in these things and movies I'm going to pick are going to be fairly obscure stuff.
From the same 50p crate from eBay.
Absolutely.
Right, cool.
Yeah. But it's the kind of stuff where I'll hold a cover up to you and people of our generation will go, oh shit, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that in Choices. Mum wouldn't let me have that. Bitch.
She was probably right, Dave, to be honest.
Yeah.
She was probably right.
You're probably right, yeah. But that's why I picked it. Just circumstance. And I also quite enjoyed it. I thought it was an entertaining piece of schlock.
We'll get into that later.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'll give you a bit of a plot rundown from what I can remember. This is a sequel to Shark Attack 1.
Correct.
Yes. You wouldn't know that until about halfway through the film, about an hour in. When the first one's referenced with, hey, remember that film, Shark Attack 1, with them sharks in? Oh, yeah. Same sharks. That's basically it.
These are the offspring.
They're the offspring, aren't they?
The offspring, because the scientist went mad once.
Yeah.
And this is the result. This is where it's left us all.
Yeah. So I'm assuming the first one was like the first Piranha film.
Probably.
Yeah. And then
probably.
the second one is the offspring, and they get stronger and bigger and angrier and, weirder. Mayor of a local seaside town is setting up a SeaWorld ripoff, as he does. And then Shark Expert comes along and says, terrible idea, don't put a shark in there, there's kids here. And the guy who is wearing the exact same costume as the mayor from Jaws, you know, the grey suit with the little ship wheels on it, he's wearing that. That's,
the first of many Jaws rip-offs.
First of many Jaws references and rip-offs, And of course, there's a female love interest, and she's trying to take revenge on the sharks because a shark ate her sister.
Correct.
Yep, in the opening scenes, which is also a Jaws rip-off.
Yes.
What it looks like, yeah.
Yep.
And then they sort of fall in love, although he just kind of ignores it for most of the film. And they're joined by a kind of like Discovery Wildlife Channel enthusiast, who I'm going to recall... We've all got nicknames for these characters, haven't we?
We do.
We do, yeah.
I call him Australian Chris Packham.
Right, yeah. I call him Dickhead Diving Bloke.
Dickhead Diving Bloke.
Mine's a bit more obscure. He reminded me of the WWE wrestler Rico. Circa 2002 to 2005.
And I'm sure that's going to be a trend that keeps coming back.
That will doubtless not be the last reference to
Willie's Wrestling Tribute. Shoehorned in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it all comes down to blowing stuff up at the end with like a James Bond or underwater thingy, loads of boat stuff. It's very much a sci-fi channel film. I don't think it is, but that's what it feels like. I'm pretty sure it was on Shark Week.
Yeah, I mean, my first impressions when I watched it was, does what it says in the tin, doesn't it? You know,
it's a shark attack, and it's another one.
Exactly, it's a sequel, and sharks attack people.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of what it says on the tin, like on the actual DVD menu, you sort of knew you were in trouble a bit when the words are actually word art. It's the generic.
Oh, Christ.
It's a generic blue and slightly white wavy text in Impact.
Yes, and it turns yellow when you click it.
Yeah.
As seen in everybody's IT spreadsheet presentations from 2002.
Yeah.
So yeah, would you like to get into the meat and bones of this thing?
I think we should. I think we should dive deeper. Let's
Roll
get
it
our
back.
Megalodon. Yeah.
Chris Wilson, do you want to take the first dive into this one?
Okay, then, with two literal scuba divers. They are looking round a weird... I think it's supposed to be a ship that's sunk.
Yeah,
I couldn't really make it out. The cinematography wasn't exactly anything to write home about.
No.
But the scenes immediately, it's sort of ripping off a bit in Jaws 1. It sort of half expects a corpse with the eye rolling out.
That's exactly the mood going.
To reappear. And what should be a suspenseful moment, we've got the shark that's about to attack.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, cuts to shark, cuts to scuba divers, cuts to shark, cuts to scuba divers. Literally about 5 times, I think it was.
The edit's trying to tell you something, isn't it?
Yeah, he's trying to tell you that the scuba divers are scubaing and that the shark is sharking.
I think the problem. I think the reason for that is probably that they actually only shot the divers, and they probably just like gave the Discovery Channel a little jingle for some rejected underwater shark footage for the other part of the scene.
Undoubtedly, I mean, throughout the film, you know, you've got a rubber shark, of course, mandatory, but for all the things where you actually see a shark, it's quite clearly stock footage because even like the colour of it doesn't match up. With the rest of the things that they've shot.
Yeah.
Important thing to note, I think, off the bat about the two lady divers is, of course, they are both very attractive.
Yep.
Which is obviously plot contrivance number one.
Sorry, listeners.
Sorry.
And of course, I mean, the shark eats the sister of who will become a main character, Sam. Or one of the main characters, anyway.
One of the main people.
One of the main things. Yep. And the thing is, even then, you sort of see the shark coming by about 3 seconds before it actually attacks. Like, normally just expect it to go like, shark. But it's like, oh, hello, I'm the shark. Nom, 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 nom.
One thing I did notice when the shark was having a little nibble at the start, whatever fake shark they used for this sequence, very unfortunately, I think had paper teeth, or certainly some kind of teeth that were wobbling.
It did.
Very badly.
It was straight out the icicles in Batman and Robin that were clearly wobbling about.
Yeah.
Frosty!
Also, special mention to the research of underwater diving when you could hear both the breathing, the screaming, and the no-nos of the woman who has, of course, got diving apparatus in her mouth.
Absolutely.
At the
Sound
same
design
time.
error.
Yeah.
One of many in this film, which I'll bring up.
Yeah. Starting to make Alien Resurrection Winona Ryder look quite good.
Yes.
At the start.
I won't go that far.
Yeah, she's almost animated in her performance, though, compared to this.
Yeah, almost. If Winona Ryder was, a shovel with eyes, then I guess these girls are sort of a shovel with one eye.
Jesus Christ.
A single-eyed shovel.
A single-eyed shovel.
Just to point out, in the chaos of the shark eating her sister, Samantha stabs the shark in the eye, which is how she knows later on, when she goes on a revenge kill quest, that is the correct shark.
Yep.
Indeed.
I absolutely can't fault that.
After the diver meets her slightly badly shot end, we cut to the baddie of the piece, opening his new theme park that he's getting ready to open.
Actually called Waterworld.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend did make a joke about, is it going to tank like the last one? Water tank.
So out he comes, and we know he's the baddie because he's wearing a black suit.
Yep.
I don't know, don't recall the character's name. In all the notes I made, and from this point onwards, I refer to him as Nasty Nick from EastEnders.
Nick from EastEnders.
Which is exactly who he looks like, mate, to be honest.
Probably better than mine, and I just called him, wah, dickhead.
Where they go,
Yeah, just like walking around like, wah, dickhead, wah, wah.
He is a dickhead.
Yeah.
That is established early doors when he's concerned that the park doesn't have enough oomph, and what the park requires is a great white shark.
Needs more teeth.
It does need more teeth, at which point we are introduced to good-looking diving bloke, our hero.
Have we got nicknames for this one?
You have.
Fake Scott Bakula.
I've got good-looking diving bloke.
I can't remember what I called him. I think I just called him Shirt Man or something.
Shirt
He was the only guy that was wearing a shirt that
He
looked
does,
like that.
yeah, he does
But
wear
it
a
wasn't-
shirt.
He was definitely a shirt, yeah.
Suddenly I think of like a very crap Mega Man villain. Shirt Man.
Shirt Man.
Get equipped with shirt.
Yeah, he's eating an apple in the opening sequence, which means not only he's a good guy, he's he likes to look after himself, eat his 5 a day, etc.
Likes his complex carbs.
He does like his complex carbs.
I think that's one of the things that me and Eleanor pointed out when we were watching it. I just kind of, every time he took a bite of an apple, just next to me I heard, because he does it like 5 or 6 times. And she was like, God, he's really into that fucking apple, isn't he?
He really is into that apple. Yeah,
He's just walking around, putting it down on stuff, getting a different apple, eating another one. Yeah.
So what we have here is our initial sort of clash of characters between Nasty Nick from EastEnders, who wants his great white, and our good-looking diving man who says, that, mate, is a bad idea.
Yes.
They've never been in captivity.
Yeah.
I don't think you should do that.
Yeah.
To which the other guy says, go take a fuck to yourself, mate. I'm the boss here.
Yeah.
I want a great white.
And then he walks away going, wah, dickhead, wah.
His moustache twirlingly twattish.
Yeah,
It is, yeah.
And doesn't handsome guy storm out at that point? Oh, no, he encounters lady, doesn't he? Encounters lady.
I don't know if he...
Not yet,
I think
actually.
it might be later.
No,
when we come back.
There's a scene I wanted to point out first of children playing with a toy boat in like the lake or wherever it is.
Yeah.
Really badly overdubbed. You know those yogurt adverts you get from Sweden?
Yes.
Where like they're really badly overdubbed?
Yeah, like Yakult adverts
yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Like they're really highly pitched. Give me that remote. No.
Yeah. Or the adverts with women just walking around with a Hoover. Yeah. And they're dressed like the fashion models on This Morning. And they're just walking around with a Hoover.
Yeah.
And then there's they look to camera and they say, it's fantastic, but they're clearly saying something in Swedish. Yeah.
And what happens next is some absolutely outstanding foreshadowing, because the kids are there with the boat and the parents say, come back, kids, with the boat, and they're like, oh, fuck's sake, okay. And so they're just about to get the boat out of the water, and then the shark comes up and like basically eats the boat.
The toy boat, yeah?
Yeah, the toy boat. That foreshadowing, mate.
Beautiful. Nicely done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tempting fate there.
Yep,
Beautifully
absolutely.
done.
Yeah.
Yep.
At this point, we move away from Waterworld and we go out to the water, where we meet good-looking shark man's mates, who were both pickled on a boat.
Speaking of bad dubbing.
Yeah, with 2 attractive ladies. More bad dubbing. The boat is called Wet Dream. I mean, what could go wrong later in the film for these guys?
Yeah.
Another bad boat pun, I think.
Yes, quite. So we meet them. They're kind of like, oh, mate, can we borrow your boat? Well, the guy comes along. our hero, and he says, "We need to go out. We need to capture a shark." And these guys are like, "We've got these attractive women here. Are you serious, mate?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'll pay you double." And they're like, "Right, off you go, ladies. We've got man business to attend to."
Yeah. I'm going to point out the terrible dubbing again at this point. It sounds like it was recorded in a toilet cubicle. The sound of the room it was recorded in is unforgivably present, especially when they're outside. When they do just sound like they're in a room. And I don't really know what accent they're trying to redo them with. Maybe they were speaking too thick Australian, some kind of pig Australian language they were speaking.
Yeah.
And then they've overdubbed it with some kind of mishmash, what sounds almost like South African.
Yeah. Very, very poor dialogue.
Yep. The exchanges are so awkward.
It's like there's a pause of nearly a second between like these exchanges. It's painful stuff.
Yeah.
And then we get a bit where they capture a shark, which you think, okay, this is going to take like the next, 20, 30 minutes of a film.
Yeah, good chase scene.
Yeah.
No.
Got it.
Done. Well, that was a scary shark, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Easiest shark capture in film history, I'd say.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know?
It really sets it up as a villainous character.
Yeah.
They are top pros. The shark is obviously a very clever creature.
And then we get to the scene where Samantha breaks in and tries to kill the shark.
Yep.
But she's rather harshly rugby tackled to the ground by fake Scott Bakula, like full on. I'm correct that this film's based in Australia.
Yes,
I hope so,
Yeah,
because Fake Scott Bakula's accent was all over the place to begin with, and I was thinking, is he putting on that Australian accent, or is he just a really weird accent from there?
But the takedown is savage. For any of us who have fallen over in a swimming pool or in a swimming bath, you know that those tiled floors have got no give.
No give. That is just solid concrete with a bit of tile over the top of it.
He fucking drops it.
Yeah, like the hero of the story that he is, he basically assaults her.
Yeah, and tackles her next to a shark tank.
Yeah.
I mean, I would rather shout than get into a kerfuffle over shark-infested water. But there you go. That's just me. I'd also tie my shoelaces up when I'm around the tank, but...
It's true, but you know the tackle to the floor seems to ignite the flame of romance, which we're to see more of later.
Yep.
So that's kind of we then get a camera pan across Cape Town, which is where we are set. I
Yes.
don't know why we're in Cape Town.
Where is Cape Town again?
Cape Town, South Africa.
Okay, so we're not in Australia. We are in South Africa.
We're in South Africa, but everyone's Australian.
Everyone's
It's
Australian.
a very confusing situation. But there
Okay.
you go. So I think the film was made in Australia with Australian people, but then for some reason it was Cape Town.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so
Sure,
there we
why
go.
not?
So that happens, and now as we pan across Cape Town, we get GoldenEye reference number 2 of the podcast.
Yes.
Where we seem to have lifted whole sections of the soundtrack from GoldenEye.
Yeah. And possibly even GoldenEye for the N64.
Yeah.
There's that for sort of sound like
yeah.
it's a repetitive like droning thing where you go.
Yeah. It's a synthesized clang. I think it's called a spark, and it's a preset on a Roland synthesizer. There you go.
Ah.
And then when we finish panning across Cape Town, we go back to SeaWorld,
SeaWorld.
and we have a nice...
Waterworld.
Waterworld.
Many apologies to all those SeaWorld fanatics out there.
Yeah, we don't want to get done for copyright.
We don't.
Anyway, Waterworld.
Yeah, Waterworld, that one. Anyway, so the hot shark man and the hot lady who has lost her sister exchange a smouldering look. More foreshadowing.
So, shall we get on to the opening of Waterworld?
Yes. How did it go, Willie?
Somehow, not very well.
No, you're joking.
No.
What happened?
Did
I
some
mean-
kids bang on the tank?
I mean, firstly, security's gone to shit because for some reason they've allowed that Samantha to go in and have a gander, even though she's just tried to shoot the
that's
shark.
Samantha.
Yeah. Oh, that's Samantha trying to shoot our shark. So there's that, and then they decide that even though it's not after midnight, it's before midnight.
Yep.
Try and get Gremlins reference in there. They're going to feed the shark headway to impress all the people there who have paid for hard
a couple of
money.
goats in there, don't they? or something?
Nasty Nick from EastEnders strikes again here and overrules good-looking shark man.
Yeah,
who already has suspicions about the shark at this point after pointing out its fins are too big, which means it's a giant shark and it's still a baby. But yeah, so we get the forced feeding scene where they chuck in a lump of plastic meat.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So he goes, "Wah, dickhead! Feed that shark now! Wah, wah!" But unfortunately, for a guy feeding it, he doesn't realise when he puts the meat in the tank that there's a giant rope attached to his ankle.
Yeah. Comedy moments, mate.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Now, how you forget that there's a large rope wrapped around your ankle?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But he's dead.
I would say ask that guy, but no.
No.
So this is quite harrowing, though, what happens here, really, if you think about it in context, because there's a crowd of people at the glass because it's the opening
Mostly
and the big
kids.
reveal. And mostly kids. And this guy gets dragged in and basically ripped apart by the shark in front of them, and all the water turns red.
Yeah.
Actually, quite horrific, but it's played
Yeah.
very Benny Hill.
Yeah. Well, the kids have got to learn sometime.
It's a semi-redeeming scene for me. I think good scenes in this film are few and far between because there's always something to fucking ruin them. But that scene, I think, is it's entertaining. It's one of those scenes where you go, "Wow!" Yeah, more of that.
Absolutely. I think
More
that
of
was one of the scenes that was playground discussion.
Yes.
Back in 2002 when we all watched this on Jim Swise's VHS. Yeah, very, very, very Friday Night Channel 5 all around.
Just a bit. And somehow, after getting this taste for human blood, the shark suddenly realises, I can escape from here. And so he goes to the gate and tries to escape. And while he does this, Scott Bakula thinks it's a good idea to run in slow motion to get there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But his hair looks magnificent in his defence.
I bet he's a Pantone Pro V guy.
He's worth it, for
So
sure.
dreamy.
Yeah. Is that? Am I right in thinking there, as with every other shark attack and shark escape movie, there is literally a chain link fence between the shark and absolute freedom?
Basically, yeah.
And repeated ramming it against just a padlock on there.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
exactly,
somehow,
yeah.
but somehow that doesn't keep him in.
No.
In all fairness, I was expecting him to go Free Willy and just like jump over it,
Grow legs.
be like, "Rawr!" But nope. Just
What I
straight through.
will note about this sequence when the shark escapes is that seminal cinema that Shark Attack 2 is. I do believe that this sequence is directly copied in the film Deep Blue Sea, starring
It is,
Samuel
yeah.
Jackson.
I watched that recently.
The almost exact same thing happens. So Shark Attack 2 is not only a masterpiece of shit, it is also an influential one, Dave,
Yes.
because it has been copied by Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea was first.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it
Deep Blue
was.
Sea is
98.
Yeah.
We'll just cut that bit out.
Yeah.
But we can just say that the Shark Attack 2 ripped that off.
Oh, Jesus.
It did, mate. It just ripped it off.
Ripped it right off.
Yeah.
What follows on from this sequence is the ramifications of Nasty Nick from EastEnders being a bit pissed off because he's just lost his prize asset and he's going to be up to his balls in paperwork now because some
Absolutely,
guys
yeah,
just
yeah.
got ripped apart.
Yeah.
So, who is the natural person to blame for this?
The guy that he just fired?
The good-looking shark guy
Yeah.
that he fires, mate.
Wow, dickhead,
right
you're
all along.
fired.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so fuck you for being right. Get out.
Get me more pictures of Spider-Man.
Yeah, I need to get low-rent Crocodile Dundee in to replace you.
Oh, yeah. I need to bring in someone who's invariably wrong about everything.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And, like, unnecessarily smug
Yeah.
whilst doing so.
Yeah. Has his character come in at that point?
He's introduced on the as they're about to set sail to go hunt that shark down.
I mean, in the Wet Dream.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
in the wet dream.
Yeah.
So what happens is, after a short scene where fake Scott Bakula and Samantha have a bit of an argument. See, in terms of plagiarised on Peter Serafinowicz show. So if Shark Attack 2's plagiarising, I can too.
Absolutely.
But they have a bit of an argument, and she says that she's going to help hunt the shark down, and he goes, "Oh no, you've got boobs, so you can't do that. You best keep safe."
You might have a child in you.
But joke's on him because she gets to the crew of a wet dream first and hires them to go capture the shark, and then in the end, it's like fake Scott Bakula has to tag along.
Yep.
So out they go. But before they set sail, they bump into fake Crocodile Dundee.
And there's a dick waving competition.
There is a dick waving competition, indeed, yeah.
Look at this sonar on my boat. Look at these missiles on my boat.
Yeah.
Look at this army of guys I've got. Look at all this technology. My boat's like 18 times billion bigger than yours.
And at this point in the plagiarising, we steal from Twister. So basically, what we've got here is our mate, good-looking shark guy, is a Bill Paxton here,
AKA Bill Paxton. Yeah.
Blonde lady is Helen Hunt.
Yeah, opposite.
And we've got our mate, the fake Crocodile Dundee, who's the dickhead one with the money.
Yes.
So essentially, we're into Twister territory here. But, however, much in the style of Twister, our mate, the good-looking shark man, has a trick up his sleeve that he's not told anyone.
Crafty fake Bill Paxton.
Yeah. He's only gone and thought, I think this fucker might escape. Tell you what I'll do. I'll tag it. I'll steal this little console that tells me where it is. And I'll sneak off and do my own thing. I'm going to drop the C-bomb again here. It's slightly contrived, is that?
Slightly contrived.
Yeah.
Sorry, listeners.
Dear me. So do they both head out on the ocean at the same time?
They do. They're both basically competing against each other. We don't see fake Crocodile Dundee again until the aftermath, where they go and hunt the shark down, but it all goes a bit wrong, and the boat breaks down.
Yes.
And fake Crocodile Dundee has to go rescue them.
Yes. Fantastic. Which is fairly acceptable. He's better equipped.
Yeah.
He's much better equipped to do the job.
Yeah.
From his damn arrogance.
Yeah.
But as the boat breaks down, they get into a bit of a conflap with the shark.
They do after they steal from Jaws again, and they chuck a bucket of chum in the ocean, which, as we all know, is standard practice when hunting sharks.
Absolutely.
However, in this case, budgets were obviously tight, and what goes in seems to be the wrong colour red food colouring with bits of shit in it.
Yeah, it's that Hammer Horror colour of red, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it is,
Dracula's tomb, so.
Yeah, exactly. So then the shark tips up, and then Chris Wilson, where do we go from there?
Well, we have Samantha almost dying and being rescued by fake Scott Bakula.
Yep.
And they barely make it back to land.
Yep.
Where at this point, Samantha's been an okay character. She's been, I wouldn't say smart, but more like stubborn. But but quite independent, you know.
Yes.
She's got her own motivations and all that lot.
Yes, she's a mare that needs breaking, Wilson.
Exactly.
In this film.
And after she's rescued, she comes out with a line of dialogue, thanks for pulling me out of the water. And combine the way she says that line and the way she looks, as she says it, it says, okay, I'm done being the strong, independent woman now. I'll stand aside here and look pretty while you go kill that shark.
Go get him, fake Bill Paxton.
Exactly.
Am I right in thinking they've put a tracker on the shark?
Correctamundo.
At this point, okay.
The shark is tracked, but unfortunately now the wet dream has fucked it, and is no longer serviceable.
Okay, right.
So the A-team, our heroes, Bill Paxton, Helen Hunt, are out of the equation for the moment, which then takes us over to the dark side, the dickhead Crocodile Dundee side. So he's having some more success in shark hunting than our plucky heroes, and has captured a shark.
Oh, is it the shark though, Rob?
Well, this leads me nicely, Dave, onto my cliche moment for this episode. We get the exact, precise scene from Jaws, except this time the shark's headless, because Crocodile Dundee don't fuck about, and he basically ripped it through his propeller of his boat.
We accidentally got it.
So he basically ran over it and was like, winner.
Nailed it.
So he's like, this is going on the Discovery Channel. Fantastic.
Nailed it.
Look at this shark I have caught. Cue the mayor and the crowd going, ooh.
Well, it's all good. Let's reopen Waterworld. The beaches are open.
Exactly. Yep. That is our shit horror remake sequel moment for this week.
Yeah, that is pretty bad.
So the plan is that because they know through the tracking system it's the wrong shark, they're going to go out again at night time for some reason and hunt it down. In the meantime, we're going to go to my favourite sequence, possibly in the history of cinema ever.
I'm glad I've given this to you, Willie.
A montage between fake Scott Bakula and Samantha doing random things in Cape Town.
And falling in love in the process.
Falling in love. Which includes drinking water, playing with kids on the street, feeding squirrels, and even pigeons.
Fucking hell, it sounds like an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
That's your side quest.
And looking at the lovely Cape Town, possibly Sydney landscape as well on top of the hill.
And we do slip in a bit of slow-mo here as well.
Yes,
We do, yeah.
And I will point out at this moment that they haven't told Australian Chris Packham that it's not the right shark, and that they've got a tracker on the real one that's out there and they know where it is. Which, you know, you probably would say that to him. To say, look, mate, we have put your tracker on it. I did steal your tracker. I am real sorry about that, but the shark is still alive.
Yeah, well, there is a marvellous little sequence where we sort of skipped over the first sequence of this, where basically there's a bit where the dickhead, Australian Crocodile Dundee.
So many dickheads in this film.
Mate, you're telling me there is. And Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt, they all go in and they both present their plans, and the mayor goes, do you know what, fuck it, I'm going with the money. So then all that shit happens, and then there's another sequence where they're like, are we quite sure that everything's okay? And this is a moment of glory for our boy Bill Paxton, because he basically goes, well, guys, thing about this is, I've had a tracker on it all along, and you guys are wrong. And the mayor is just basically, almost word for word, goes, could have fucking told me that in the first place, guys.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, yeah.
So there we go.
Next, go to a lab where this is where we finally have our nice little crossover with the film that preceded it.
Oh yes, the actual
where the tests from the shark's DNA show that it's full of steroids, and am I right in thinking that it was pregnant? Either this shark was pregnant or it is the offspring of 6 sharks. That got a bit confusing.
I think the interpretation is that that there's a number of them. We know this because of the readings from when the boat broke down, and these sharks are the offspring of a genetic fucking about that took place by a mad scientist in the first film. So these are the spawn of the sharks that attacked in Shark Attack 1.
I think we should just watch the original. I think we're out of depth here. There's just so much story from the first that we're missing out.
I mean, it is a complex and tangled web that we've weaved here.
Absolutely, we're just
But never mind that surfing competition.
Oh yeah, that surfing competition. Yeah, that surfing competition that brings so much fucking revenue. To a seaside town.
Oh yes.
People buying plastic spades. People buying shit hats and ice creams. So much money involved in that. Got to reopen the beach.
This was another 2 or 3 minute longer montage, mainly of fake Scott Bakula staring through binoculars at the sea.
Whilst his 2 friends that we don't actually care about that much from the Wet Dream boat, who you know, they're not that bothered that they've lost their boat, but they're in the surfing competition.
They are, exactly. They're paddling around.
Yeah, it's a good job we care about them at this point.
This is also intercut with our mate, the Australian wanker, who's out.
Wait, hang on, is he the same as the Australian dickhead?
He's Australian dickhead, but he's a bit more wankerish at this point in time because he's feeling pretty smug about life. He's the top boy now, and he's looking after this. He's effectively on-site security, and he's out there in his boat with his binoculars, and we have the reveal of the name of his boat. Would you like to know what the Australian dickhead's boat's called, Dave?
Please remind me.
It's called Down Under.
Fuck me. You sure he's Australian though?
He wears a hat with corks in it.
Oh shit, he does. Yeah,
he does. Yeah.
Therefore, he is Australian.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. It's all coming back to me now.
So Australian dickheads watching over everything. Surf comp's going on with our heroes' mates in the water, and then shit kicks off, doesn't it, Dave?
It does kick off. I don't actually think you see much of what's going on in the water. You just see a lot of people on the beach screaming, like in Jaws. A lot of kind of surfboards flying up in the air.
You do get the rip-off of one guy's dragged under and suddenly red spurts up.
Yes,
classic.
That does happen.
That's how you save your money.
It might even be the footage from Jaws for all we know. Spicy.
I think there's a few floating legs in the water as well.
There is.
And then we've got the situation where Scott Bakula's surfing buddies
Yep.
are stuck out in sea,
Yep.
about to be eaten. So fake Scott Bakula nicks a speedboat.
Yep, what's the most dangerous? Is it a jet ski?
Jet ski.
Jet ski, sorry.
So what's the most dangerous thing we can do in this situation? We've got unconscious people in the water, right? Get a big ass propeller in there. Let's go.
Yep.
And then he proceeds, by the means he uses to take down the shark or stop the shark from attacking his mates, is he drives his jet ski straight at it and crashes into it.
Just basically beats fuck out of the shark with a jet ski. Yeah.
And then he picks up his mate, who's got one leg on at this point.
Yeah.
And he grabs him by the arm and drags him behind him on the jet ski.
Yep.
Which, realistically, he would have been minced, but fuck it!
Yeah, and his mate survives, doesn't he?
Yes,
Brings
but
him back on land.
yeah, 0.75 of him survives because he loses his leg.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, so he went out, got legless,
Yeah. The other one died.
got dragged home.
if the other one died, fake Scott Bakula didn't get to him in time.
Yeah, the other one did die.
The useless sod. Yeah.
So
So, in the aftermath of that, fake Crocodile Dundee comes together with fake Scott Bakula and Samantha sitting around a table giving long-winded exposition,
Yep.
which includes the line, "Sharks are evil, they need to be destroyed."
Actually evil.
Actually evil,
They do
yes.
point out that they're evil.
Yes.
in response, our hero tells a story, stop me if you've heard this in a film anywhere before, about his previous experience with sharks and when he was attacked by one,
Yeah.
which was a tiger shark, and apparently the tiger shark could have killed him, but it let him go, but it took, and this is a direct quote from the man, 297 stitches, which I thought was very fucking specific.
That is very specific.
And also a lot of stitches, mate.
Yeah, that's a lot of stitches. Yeah. To put his ball sack back together.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And he gets this scar out that looks like someone's basically...
Whips his knackers out of the
Basically,
Right down there.
he gets this scar, and it's like, I don't know if you ever, like when you're a kid, drawn dots on yourself with a biro. Basically, I think that's what the makeup department did in
Yes,
this
with a brown pen.
instance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
And then the next bit after that is we're alone with fake Scott Bakula and Samantha, and they proceed to have an underwater shag.
Now, I
Now,
was gonna say they go back to this place that's like everything is lit by water almost.
Yeah.
Looks
And
very
candles.
nice.
Candles everywhere.
So many candles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
now, this is a bit of an awkward one to point out, but he only lasts 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I think there's medication and that sort of thing.
Yeah, maybe he was taking the shark steroids.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
As Flight of the Conchords taught us, though, 2 minutes in heaven's better than 1 minute in heaven. And perhaps that's his argument here.
Yeah.
So 2 seconds in heaven is better than 1 second in heaven.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah, by osmosis.
He has got a fantastic butt though.
No, that's true. Yeah, yeah,
They both have. I think they both have butt shots on screen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Both
In,
got
in
great
terms of butt scale, 1 to 10, where's his butt?
I'd say he's a solid 8. Where Van Damme is a 10. He's a 7 or 8, I think.
I'd say about those buns of oxolid as well.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Just prior to this intimate scene, probably my favourite thing about this film occurs.
Yeah.
So the reformed dickhead,
Which dickhead?
the dickhead Aussie, who's now not a dickhead,
Right,
'cause
Australian dickhead /
yeah.
Australian wanker.
Yeah, he's now joined forces with him, as Chris Wilson rightly pointed out earlier. And so they were having a bit of a chat, sort of pre-disappointing shagging. And he said, I've got some shit to get together. I'm going to make some calls and we'll go after this fucker tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's not directly what he said, but, you know, in essence. And so, post-shagging, we come back to our now mate, the Aussie.
Yeah.
And he has got hold of, overnight, what can only be described as a fuckload of C4 and a submarine overnight in 2000 in Cape Town.
Yeah.
Fuck knows what kind of getter he had to go to get hold of that stuff, but he's done it.
Just real casual with his fucking cork hat and shit and shorts. Yeah.
And he's also got a Glock that works underwater.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So he's packing major heat at this point, Dave.
Yeah, he's not fucking about, is he?
So yeah, I guess this is the point where we're well and truly getting into third act shit blowing up territory now.
Yes, where that submarine you mentioned does become a fully fledged set piece feature.
It does.
Although it's more like some sort of Eastern European car that's had the roof cut off it and they've just put a shark cage on top. It looks like some sort of Thunderbirds underwater buggy that sort of thing. It's not It doesn't look great.
No.
He's probably got it from Romanian Keith overnight.
Romanian Keith on the market.
Somewhere in Cape Town, there's a guy flogging underwater equipment, and it happens to be
You ask him if his name's actually Keith, and he just smiles at you
without any teeth.
and goes back to selling your phone cases. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So at this point, the gang hatch a plan to get the shark into a cave type situation. We're going to drive in.
A cave type situation.
Well, a cave.
Is that where they all live?
No.
They all live in the cave,
They don't live in the cave, no, but the cave is a handy device to get them all trapped in, drive in the submarine, blow the fuck up, everyone goes home, has a beer. That's the plan.
Yep.
Now, when we get to the attracting of the sharks and the dragging them in there, we have the single worst use of underwater CGI I have ever seen, where the 6 sharks are swimming like this, and it's kind of like... You remember when PC gaming first became a thing in the mid-90s?
Yes.
And everything was very blocky and very Windows 95.
Yeah.
That's the kind of CGI we're looking at
And
here.
it didn't move right, did it?
No, it didn't move right at all, no.
I think I remember it as like they just had a shot of some ocean
Yep.
and they had a layer of sharks that had been animated, but they didn't want to animate them individually. So you have what looks like sharks being moved on acetate around a shot. So they all seem to move in perfect unison. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like
mate.
fighter jets.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
With no perspective or anything.
Good God.
Fuck
yeah.
me.
So it's that kind of school of CGI.
Yeah.
But then, just in the crucial moment, shit goes wrong.
Yes.
And our mate, our now mate, the former dickhead Ozzy,
Yeah.
gets tagged by one of the sharks, bites his leg and drags him into the cave with him.
Yeah.
So then our heroes are faced with a terrible choice.
Yes.
Do they try and save him, or do they just send the submarine in and blow him up?
Yeah.
They choose to blow him up. So in the submarine goes.
That's what friends are for.
Indeed.
Yep. Just for the banter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lol. Could blow up now.
So the cave blows up. Everything's rightish in the world. Our 2 heroes scramble onto a boat, and we have our 56,533rd bit of stealing from Jaws of the evening.
Yes.
Where they're sort of looking out on the boat, all fucked up and shit. They're thinking about their mate who's just died. And then what happens? What happens then, Chris Wilson?
Turns out he's not dead.
Brilliant.
He's not dead, mate.
Hanging out on a bit of driftwood, isn't he, or something like
Yeah,
that?
he's basically like looking a bit dry. He's looking like he's had a night out in Doncaster, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
He's had a tough time of it, but he's alive. We cannot explain this.
Yep.
And then we get the scene back on the boat where he explains it. And
Is there a flashback that goes with it? I'm sure there's.
No, there's not.
No.
Sadly, we don't have the budget for that at this
You
stage.
just see him go under the water before the explosion, don't you? I think.
no, he just explains it all. Sat there,
Jesus Christ.
yeah,
Okay.
looking a bit worse aware.
I am thinking way too highly of this film.
Yeah, you are. Just a bit.
So-
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, then they explain it, and then the film ends with, of course, fake Scott Bakula and Samantha looking all lovey-dovey and all that lot.
Yep.
And that's basically the end of the film. But just to point out, it's not unlike Shark Attack 3, with the infamous ending with John Barrowman.
Oh Christ, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I didn't get
Yeah.
Shark Attack 3. I thought,
I think-
fuck off.
Yeah. I can't remember the exact words he says, so you might as well splicing what he says in there.
Remarkable.
Yeah, which in all fairness, this film could have probably done with that one, just to spice up a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully fake Scott Bakula would have lasted more than 2 seconds this time as well. So
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So what you've done here, Dave,
Yes.
is you've blown us out of the water
Absolutely.
with your first choice. I have to say, nothing made sense about this film. Like, you've fulfilled the requirements of our merry little podcast to the nth degree here.
Yes.
You must be very proud of your first choice.
I am very proud of my first choice. Yeah. Like I say, it was a shark weekend that we had, and I have no regrets about that weekend. It gave me Ghost Shark and it gave me Shark Attack 2. And I know enough about Shark Attack 1 to not bother watching it. So
True
that's
enough.
fantastic, yeah. It was a very entertaining film because I watched it just based on the title. There was a laugh every couple of minutes between us. I thought it was absolutely... as a popcorn film, fine. And when
Yeah.
the Jaws references turn up, you're like, oh, fuck's sake, alright. Go on then.
I think my enjoyment was derived from its obvious naffitude.
Yes, yeah.
And also, in equal parts, the fact that I watched it with this gentleman to my left. Hello. Who provided some,
Colourful insights?
yeah, you could say that. There was a lot of...
Fucking out, Dave. I fucking out, Dave.
Yeah. I think I wrote that in my notes 3 times, actually.
Fucking out, Dave. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've really taken this to the next level.
Yeah.
You really, really have. Chris Wilson, what do you have to say on the subject?
It was fucking shit.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It passes time, though.
I swear, if you pick another film like that, we're going to have a falling out.
No, I'm going to try and pick
Guys,
someone.
come on, guys,
Pick
come
someone
on.
a little bit better next time.
Count yourselves down, it's episode 2, come on.
Already at it.
So, yeah, I guess the only questions remaining to ask are,
Yeah.
how many shits out of 10? How many popcorns out of 10, Chris Wilson?
So on the shiter scale, go on.
So, remind me again, 10 is very shit.
10 is a certified, bona fide shiter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In all fairness, I think we're going to see a lot worse than this, so I'm going to give it an 8.
Yeah. that's
Like
fair.
a qualified 8. Popcorn value...
Let's talk about microwave popcorn value,
Microwave.
because this is strictly a home
Yeah,
cinema job.
Yeah. We're talking, what's that popcorn called? Is it Take 2? Or whatever?
Or maybe just like a bag of butter kissed from...
Come on now.
maybe
No
that's
branding
it.
in this.
No, sorry. Or other brands of popcorn available.
Aldi special popcorn.
Yeah. Popcorn, I'd probably say 3. It's not really... It's just fair, isn't it? It's just...
Yeah.
Just there in the air.
It's something I'll probably forget about.
Oh, you won't.
It'll haunt your dreams.
Yeah. I just... one thing I say is I just like to see a shark film that doesn't rip off Jaws. I can't even name you a film that doesn't in some way reference Jaws once.
Yeah.
Yes. Salmon fishing on the Rob Yeomans.
Yes, sir.
What was your shiter score?
My shiter score, I'm going to slightly disagree with Christopherson over here. And I'm going to say, I don't think we're going to see many worse films than that. I'm going to give it a 9 on the shite scale, mate.
Okay.
A 9 on the shite scale. It's like post-Curry trip to the loo. It's pretty grim, and it's not something you want to have to repeat.
Okay.
Popcorn scale,
Yep.
probably have to go 3. I think 3. Yeah, I was not entertained.
You were not amused, not entertained?
I was not amused. I was not entertained.
Jesus Christ.
You fulfilled the requirements of the podcast in every sense, Dave.
Fucking hell. Old audience, you lot, aren't you?
How about you, mate? Where are you landing this on the shit scale?
On the shiter scale, I'm going to go for a solid 8.
Solid 8.
Maybe 8.5 even.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it is a dog shit film.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the numbers in its dog shitness. In terms of reheated popcorn bowls, I'm going to give it 6. I was
quite high.
relatively entertained.
Quite high. I mean, in terms of the popcorn scale with this, the closest thing I can compare it to is my good friend and yours, Mr. Lewis Connor. When we were kids, we had a sleepover at his house, as was the fashion. And basically, we decided we were watching shit films, and we thought, all right, we'll have some of this microwavable popcorn of which you speak.
Yes.
Now, neither of us had cooked it before.
Yep.
So what we didn't do was
I
read
read
the
the story.
instructions. And so we got our Act 2 popcorn, mate, and we took it out the bag and we poured it in a bowl and put it in the microwave, and then it all exploded. And it filled up the fan, and then the entire microwave blew up, mate, set fire to Connor's mum's kitchen. And that, I think, is the closest comparison I can make to the experience of watching this film.
Jesus Christ. Did you drag the microwave outside and hide it or something?
We tried to do that, yeah, and unfortunately, Connor's mum, shout out to Kay, quickly made this discovery, but as fate and luck would have it, there was a raffle at the local pub the week after.
Oh, shit.
And we entered, having our cokes, because we didn't drink underage, that was unacceptable. And we won a microwave. So all's well that ends well.
Yeah. The world takes and the world gives, man.
Exactly, mate, exactly.
Shark Attack 2 just takes.
It does take the piss, some might say.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
We should probably draw to a painfully slow close.
Painfully slow close.
And next week, next episode.
Next time on the CineMortuary podcast, it's Chris Wilson for episode 3.
And what have you picked, Willie? What have you picked out of your shitty sock drawer for us to enjoy?
Well, Dave, I've decided to go with Halloween.
Wait a minute, Wilson. Halloween's not a reboot or a remake, is it?
Rob Zombie.
Fucking damn you to hell. For context for the listeners, Halloween, the original John Carpenter film, is my favourite film ever made.
Absolutely.
And I saw the remake when we were all at university together at Sheffield Hallam, represent.
Yes. Yeah.
And what was my reaction like at the time, Dave?
I want to save this story for the next episode.
Okay, mate.
Because the way this was set up is beautiful.
Yeah.
We just like people in different rooms, and all I could hear was just you screaming. So yeah, but it was
Find out my thoughts and Dave's and Wilson's on the next episode.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye!
Don't forget, you can follow us and keep up with all our updates at CineMortuary on Twitter, /CineMortuary on Facebook, and of course at CineMortuary on Instagram. I don't know how you do pictures of podcasts, but we're going to do that anyway.